quack, 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 quack. And we're back with our second PondCast. We've got myself, Yakuzaku, we've got Light VIP, we've got Kuro once again, and we've got Milk and Cookies.
What's up?
Nice. So we've got quite a bit to talk about this week, so we're gonna try our best to condense it to, something that's not an unreasonable length of time. So why don't you start us off, Light, with what you played in this weekend, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks since our last episode, so we have quite a few things to talk about. I'm not sure if we're set on if we're going to do this every week or every 2 weeks, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, a couple of days ago, Colttarren, who's a member of Born Gosu, which is a CTL team, he started his own Bronze to Diamond tournament. I don't know how regular it's going to be, but yeah, it had a prize pool. It had a $50 USD prize pool, which is pretty cool. I think this is like the only diamond tournament with an actual prize pool, like a monetary prize. Even we don't do that with Sea Duckling Weekly or Sea Duckling Open. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, a couple of us played in it. A couple of like Sea Duckling Open regulars. Like I played in it. Suno Kasuri played in it, which we're going to talk about her later. I know Milk has a lot to say about his future ex-wife.
Ex-wife?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
That's interesting.
You
Do you know
have.
something we don't?
Are you assuming I'm gonna get a divorce?
You don't have a
future
lot of
wife,
faith in
future
Milk,
wife.
do you?
Volticus played in it as well, and 007. He's also played in a couple of SDOs. And yeah, I didn't do so well.
I mean,
ZVZ.
you tell them that.
I mean, you could see the challenge bracket. I ran into a ZVZ, but the other regulars made it far. Suno came second, and Volticus came third. So good for them. They played well.
Stream, is it?
Yeah. Colttarren streamed it on his Twitch channel. He adminned and he casted it by himself.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work put on him, but it turned out pretty well, for sure. And yeah. Hopefully this becomes a more regular thing, because it's at a more it's at a more NA friendly time. So yeah, maybe next time, like Milk, you can play in it. Maybe
That's something for me to look forward to for a change.
Hi. You're funny. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's all best of 3 though. I feel like the finals would have been a bit longer, but it's probably because of time, and since he was doing it by himself, I would assume.
Yeah. And also because of time, because there's also a third place match. Most tournaments don't have a third place match. So
that's kind of weird that he decided to do that, but I guess he figured that if you compromise, like, don't have a longer series in finals, he could do that.
Yeah, it's also because he made it so that third place gets a prize, not fourth place. So he needs the third place match to figure that out. But yeah. He has it on his Twitch channel. I think he saved the VOD, so you can watch it as well. But yeah. Hopefully he does this more often. It was a pretty good tournament. There were a couple of issues with the stream, like with audio and stuff like that, because again, he was doing everything on his own. But overall, it turned out pretty well. It's pretty cool.
So what happened to
Link
you?
should be down below.
Happened to me. Yeah. I mean, the first series I played, it was a ZVP against Fireclaw. It was kind of straightforward. He was a Diamond 3 Protoss, so I just kind of rolled over him.
Wow.
Yeah, a little like
Disrespect.
no. Okay. So, in ZVP, you know how I open like pool first, and like we've been practicing with Kata, right? And like about chronoing out that zealot and getting the wall up and stuff like that. Because if you don't, then I kill the pylon and things kind of snowball. So that happened to this Protoss. Like he scouted my pool first, but yeah,
Like, you're a bully.
yeah.
I have to agree with that.
Wow. It's my go-to build.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. I'll give it to you.
I mean, wins the games.
Yeah.
And then it seems like you got a buy on the second game, or the guy forfeited.
No,
yeah,
he actually
Flisky beat him 99-0. Yeah. Flisky was actually in the middle of a clan war, so he had to forfeit because he was playing in that. He was hoping it would finish before his match started because he had to wait for us first and then him to play. But yeah. Unfortunately, the clan war went over.
And then you went up against LV Matterhorn.
Yeah, in ZVZ. Yeah, I mean ZVZ is my weakest matchup. Like you know that. Like I just need to work on it. It was just Lingbane. Yeah, it was just Lingbane, and then he got up to roaches faster than I could, and then he just like rolled me over with roaches. That's pretty much how the games went.
This is the bane of your existence, like roaches.
Oh.
What?
It wasn't a pun, Yaku. It wasn't a pun.
Oh.
That's it. But yeah. It's a good tournament overall. Good tournament.
Sweet. Link should be down below somewhere if you want to check it out.
Yeah, links to all like stuff that is mentioned on the podcast will be in the YouTube description, probably in Twitch description as well, and I will try to post it in chat if we will do a premiere as well.
Yeah. So next we can talk about the Alpha Team League, Alpha SC2 Team League.
Yay!
Which this is our first team league, the first team league that we've played in as a clan.
To be fair, we didn't come last.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Take the
We
small
didn't come
victories.
last. Yeah. Yeah. It was kind of rough. We kind of already talked about this a bit last week or last episode, where Milk and I were the only diamond players. So it kind of came down to us performing on the day, for each of our matches.
It was going so well, but while Blisk was there, but like once Blisk had to leave, like it was just the two of you carrying the team.
Yeah. Like Blisk being like.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we were carrying the team.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we took maps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
I think, wasn't it like that when Light was winning, then Milk wasn't, and when Milk was winning, then Light was like.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blisk, of course, being our Master League player who had to leave about 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
Well, he's Masters now. He was like Diamond at the time, but you could kind of tell that his skill was towards climbing.
Yeah.
But
He had a very unorthodox style of playing. If you watch Sea Duckling Opens, you would have seen that, like proxy hatches, DTs, like just everything.
DT carrier.
Oof.
So,
but the proxy hatch was still the best.
So this brings me to question: are we gonna try to get more players?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I've talked about this with Kuro before, about recruiting and how we would recruit because, the CranKy clan is a bit different in that we're a group of people who came together because we're fans of Crank, right? Like that's how we all kind of. Yeah. And we don't know. That doesn't mean that we have to bring people in who aren't fans of Crank. Like Bliss came in, right? And he wasn't, a regular viewer of Crank. But at the same time, we also don't want random people.
Basically, the way I put it, like for me, CranKy Ducklings is not about players, but about mindset. So like, I would like to invite people who are able to function in similar mindset.
I think
I barely
something
with my
what
mindset,
what I mean by that is like the whole like idea of CranKy Ducklings was like that friendly atmosphere of the CranKy community, and like people encouraging each other, and because of that they are competing, and like many clans are like, sign up to our big organization, and like you don't really know the people in the organization, and you are just like in that big like structure kind of thing, and like CranKy Ducklings were always more about community than like the competitive aspect itself, and like the competitiveness like came later with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
I want to keep that atmosphere where like we're focusing on the community first, and like if the community develops, then like hopefully the team will as well.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it, right? The SDO community, I feel like is growing, and I feel like it's a good way to kind of get an idea of people's like mentality, or if we get along with them, and then we can recruit through that. Like I think I mentioned before how I approached Phoenix to join us because he plays and everything, and he's even practiced with us before. Like he's pretty chill, but he wants to stay with his team. That's the other thing, right? Like a lot of the players already have teams. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to recruiting players, we would probably do it through SDO. Like if we see anyone who's teamless or someone who we want to like come and join us, then we'll probably approach them through that in some way. But yeah,
actually.
So if you want to join the clan, you better regularly play in our tournaments. I mean, there's no guarantee. Like it's all about community, because like I want to keep that spirit of like people just being friendly with each other, and like it's also something that I know that in some other clans can be a problem, where like because people don't know each other, like they're trying to organize stuff together, but then somebody goes inactive, and like there's miscommunication or something, because like it's not like a group of friends, it's more of like an organization, and like we started from the community, so like I want to keep the community feeling.
This just reminds me of like, never mind. I was just gonna say it's almost like you're like, I don't want to sell out, man. It's like,
I mean, kinda
the passion.
It kinda is,
totally
but also like it's a bit of similar feeling, I would say, but not exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it differently, because I don't know how many people actually know that, but like, apart from the fact that like technically there was a clan in game, what I consider like the beginning of the CranKy Ducklings as it is today is when
Discord.
we were.
When we made the Discord server?
No. Like what I consider the beginning of CranKy Ducklings as like the group, the community, and so on, is when we were doing the map, which was a gift for Crank's wedding. Because that was the best cooperation we ever had.
Man.
We were preparing a gift for him for 2 months in total secret, and nobody said anything. He didn't know a thing. Oli neither.
Yeah. I remember we made like a secret like Discord server, and we invited like specific people over, and then we all like, talked about it, and
I was me and a few other people like personally messaging people like who wants to get in on the project. So like we would invite people to the other server, and for 2 months we kept it a total secret, and we were preparing a gift for Crank, and that's what I consider like the beginning of this community. Like obviously Cranky community was a thing before as well, but like that's what I consider the beginning of this organization more thing, because that's when we actually cooperated on a project.
That's also around like when we started doing things outside of like together outside of the stream. Like people started like playing like Overwatch together or StarCraft or like all these, or Diablo, like all these things, right? Like started interacting more. And yeah.
You hear that, Korean viewership? We're better than you.
Wow.
Whoa. Shots fired.
Did I say that?
Oh man, I gotta open the window.
Okay, fun facts. This is
Drink.
my fun fact. Drink. No, it's only if you say
It's
it.
light and fun fact.
It's my influence.
So SDO had a lot of like kind of iterations or like ideas before it became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, and we were actually talking to Crank about it. Like, we were actually talking about making 2 tournaments. One tournament for Crank's English audience and one for the Korean. And we were gonna have a tournament each. And then we're going to have like the top like 4 or 5 of each of those tournaments play against each other in like a team league or something. So we'd have
versus the world.
Yeah, like the Korean stream versus the English stream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was but yeah, like we were gonna have like Sarji try and organize it with the Koreans and like Goga and stuff like that, like and Kronos. But yeah. That was gonna be a thing.
Didn't really come to fruition, but I mean,
well, like shortly after that, Crank stopped his foreign stream. So
that was unfortunate.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
But like in general, like in the Cranky community, we had few ideas for tournaments, and like from those ideas, after time, like CranKy Ducklings grew out of.
pretty much.
Like that was the root of all of it.
Yeah, because after that, like, it was gonna be just a viewer tournament that we were gonna hold, and yeah, things kind of grew.
Then it turned into the Bullshit Cup. That was the official name of it, the Bullshit Cup.
Well, that was like back in the beta stage.
Yeah, that was the beta of the CranKy Ducklings.
The Bullshit Cup.
Yeah, that was just like in-house thing, I guess.
Yeah. Yaku even drew the trophy.
Yeah, Yaku drew the trophy. Do you get that? He drew the trophy.
Amazing
in
Microsoft Paint skills.
Oh my god. I don't want
We need to find that picture. We need to find that picture and put it in the description.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Will do. I'm sure I have it somewhere.
Well, speaking of the Sea Duckling Open, might as well.
Yeah.
Do
we want to quickly go into Chobo Nation Wars?
Yeah, Chobo Nation Wars. Nice put. Chobo Nation Wars.
CTL Nation Wars Season 2. Second season. It ended last week. It was last week or the week before. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we had the playoffs. I was in Team Australia. You know, we made it all the way to the finals, which was, we were pretty satisfied with our performance, like making it that far.
So
because there were so many. Yeah, shoot.
So what happened?
Against Team Korea.
No. We played against US Central. I mean, last time during the PondCast episode 1, we talked about it, right? I had already played my match and had won. So I had one tour, but unfortunately, the rest of my team didn't do so well. Quirky, who's our platinum player, you know, he managed to take a map, but Potato won in the end. Same with Garbage. Garbage took a map, but he lost 2-1.
These are your player names, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should recognize Garbage. He's played in Sea Duckling Open before.
It's pronounced garbage.
But yeah. Unfortunately, the rest of my team didn't do as well as I did. But you know, so US Central ended up winning 3-1. But yeah, like I guess overall we're pretty satisfied. You know, we came second. You know, it's not too bad, right? Out of all the teams, we were mainly worried about like all the US teams. Like we didn't want a US finals. You know, we had to stop that from happening.
Yeah. And you did.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back.
Well done.
Good job.
Unfortunately, Lumia didn't get to play in the finals. Otherwise, he would have gone out in like the ace match, like if it went to ace match. But yeah. Still, it was okay. It was good. I'll definitely play in the next season. Because again, this, Team Australia. Maybe I'll go for like Latin America.
Yeah, I sure you don't want to play for Team Vietnam.
What?
What?
Wait a minute. Why are you changing teams all of a sudden? You don't like Australia anymore? Like second place is not good enough.
Well, I meant like the same players, not the same like country. Of course, he's gonna play either Australia or.
I mean, he could play for Latin America.
Yeah, but
in theory,
like, if he plays for Australia, is he gonna have the same players?
Yeah. It depends, right? Like every time Nation Wars comes around, it depends who signs up.
Fair.
Yeah, because anyone can sign up. You don't have to be a part of a team or anything. Just sign up.
Right. True.
Yeah. And now that Nation Wars has ended, CTL Season 18 has started. So yeah, that's happening right now. And then when that ends, then Nation Wars comes back. Yeah.
It just alternates.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Shall we talk about SDO now?
Sure. So, the most recent SDO we had was 18.
Oh, dude.
I guess we should start with 17 because...
Yeah, start with 17. I haven't watched that one, so I'm curious what actually happened.
17... I'm gonna be honest, the only thing I remember was the finals, which was CVZ, Slave Master versus Suno Kasuri, and that was a really good series right there.
Yeah.
Suno Kasuri is a very strong, like, mechanical player, and so she managed to get up to, I think it was 2-1 at one point, but then because Slave Master, like, Suno Kasuri's weakness is she's kind of predictable. She plays the same game, or at least she did in 17. She played the same game every time, and Slave Master eventually figured her out and just got up. But it was, man, just go watch the VOD. There's a clip of something that Slave Master did with Banelings, which is, I'm gonna say, satisfying. You don't see it very often. And
I wouldn't say satisfying. It was cute, but not satisfying. SDO 17 was like the definition of a Zerg invasion.
Pretty much. What would you expect from a Southeast Asian tournament?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I would expect Southeast Asian players.
That's true. There were only 3 Terran players, 2 Protoss players.
Oh yeah, 3, sorry.
And everyone else was just Zerg, and it was like, I think everyone who played that wasn't Zerg just had a headache.
Pretty much.
The only match that wasn't a Zerg player, the head of Zerg player was Grizzly versus Kata, and apparently Grizzly went mech.
So you versus Sapro.
Oh well, that was in the quarterfinals. But in the first round, there was a Zerg player against someone. Someone was fighting a Zerg player. But yeah, Baka Hentai or Suno Kasuri, whatever you want to call her, pretty good sweep to the finals. Slave Master always dropped a map going to the finals.
Yeah.
And yeah, just Zergs everywhere.
What are you gonna do?
That's all I can say.
Hashtag Protoss and nothing wrong. No wait, who said a guy?
What?
Said nothing wrong.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed for last week, but you can kind of see it here. Starduck played nothing but ZVZs, and in Sea Duckling 16, he also played nothing but ZVZs. I think period he has played nothing but ZVZs in our tournament, and he was like
and
just
in
like
Sea Duckling 18.
Yeah, he's just talking about it constantly, like, oh my god, I just get nothing but ZVZs in this tournament. It's like, yep. Yaku mentioned it, but yeah, the finals of Sea Duckling 17 were really good. But Suno got figured out because in ZVZ, every single game, she kept going Ling Bane Muta. Every game. And at the beginning, like, the mutas caught Slave Master off guard. But slowly, like, he figured it out and he started adapting to it more and killing her before the mutas came out, or switching to Hydras earlier and being able to deal with them. So yeah, it was good on Slave Master. It was his first Sea Duckling Open win. I think he's come second a couple of times, but yeah, it's good.
And then we go to this week's Sea Duckling Open, which was
dude.
Anything you want to add to that, Yaku?
I hyped up the finals for Duckling Open 17. It's nothing compared to the whole of 18.
Okay, let me start because you mentioned Starduck and how he played nothing but ZVZs. And like, he's coming to Sea Duckling 18 and he's like, so happy, yay, finally, it's not a Zerg, it's a random. And then after the game, he comes up to me, yeah, the guy rolled Zerg twice.
Yep.
Oh, that's
welcome
so bad.
to Sea.
I don't know what kind of luck he has, but my goodness.
Yeah.
But Sea Duckling 18, we had Yaku be a player, Light was admin, Kuro was our observer, and I, myself, and Steel Mold were casting because my keyboard luckily broke before.
Oh yeah, during stream.
During practice, so that was fun.
At least you played some fun team games. Like, let me tell you, Milk's team game stream is the best. Like, 2 minutes in, Milk is crying. It's beautiful.
Down below.
Every time.
It's pretty true. But
the games were horrible in our team games, but
the entertainment value is amazing.
Great to watch.
Anyways, for some reason, Steel Mold and we were hopping on the hang-in hype train for some reason, and we just followed all his games to the finals.
I mean, it was partially because of like the way just the games went, because like every time you get out of a game, like you have to check which ones are starting, which ones are going on, and I think it was mostly because of like just how the games aligned.
It's true, and also like at the start, everyone started before we got to.
Yeah,
even
but
decide.
I mean, Hanging Slave Master is a good match. So.
Yeah. But Hangin, the Protoss Korean finalist who made it second, he had a pretty good run. Very, very safe style, honestly. But
I would say almost too safe at some points.
Too safe.
Yeah, too safe.
Sometimes it was like trading is safe, because like
Yes.
because we as commentators, as observers, we see the whole situation. So for us it was like, why are you not attacking? You could have been attacking now. But like from his perspective, maybe it looked differently. Like he doesn't have all the information.
Yeah, it's like he has like he has like 5 stalkers like in the natural, and like the other guy has like 1 stalker in his main, and that's it. But he's like still in the natural, and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing? Like, just go up the ramp.
Yeah, but he just doesn't know.
Yeah. But I mean, him playing safe kind of like made the games a bit awkward for his opponent, I would say, because they're like trying to play a really late game, but as lower league players, we don't understand very long late game like unit compositions and strategies, so it was kind of awkward. But he did play well.
My favorite though was hanging versus pointy beggars.
Yep.
The
so
12
I'll get to that with my analogy of how this SDO went.
I can wait, because that's my favorite.
So Phoenix, one of our more regulars, went out in the first round, which I was kind of disappointed. I was thinking he'd actually make it maybe to quarterfinals or semis.
Yeah,
but
I mean he's won an SDO before.
Yeah, like a champion. But
yeah,
I don't know. Everyone has their days, so it's not a problem. Yaku made it to the quarters.
Yeah, I beat
and
my
got
opponent by.
So nothing. I don't know, Yaku. How was that? Like, was it difficult? Did you get cheese? I think in the first game, if I saw the match history correctly, you got Baneling busted.
Yeah, I had my Reaper going. I saw, oh, that's a lot of Zerglings. I should build a bunker. And then before my bunker got completed, I was like, oh, now they're in my main, my natural. I probably shouldn't have expanded down there.
Yeah, that must have been fun.
Yeah.
And Suno Kasuri beating Omap, which apparently was a Zerg vs Mech game. Which
that was a really long series, if I recall.
If I recall.
Oh yeah.
I think Omap actually regularly plays Mech. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he does.
The one time we played, he played Bio.
Oh.
And
but, I mean, you're not Zerg, so maybe it's race dependent.
Could be.
But I kind of want to see that series, see how that went, what kind of mech it was, if it was either turtle mech or battle mech, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the quarterfinals to the finals was the most interesting games I've ever seen in all of our SDOs. Generally, our SDOs are very macro based, mid game kind of games with a few cheeses here and there. But this week's SDO was like a 26 layer cheese sandwich. There was just macro, then cheese, and macro, and cheese, and macro. It was
just so
sometimes it was macro that turned into cheese, or cheese that turned into macro.
Yeah, mostly cheese that turned into macro.
I don't know what happened. It was just people were just throwing cheddar left and right. Especially the semis and the finals were just it got funky. It was smelling. There was Gorgonzola being brought up left and right, and I was just like, "Oh, this is it."
I'm just gonna say Suri won her final game in like the dirtiest way possible.
I would have to say it was one of the most entertaining SDOs we've ever had.
Yeah, for sure.
So far.
Possibly the most entertaining of all of them.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like I actually had so much fun just watching the games, and my personal favorites is firstly and hanging versus Pointy Beggars, where Pointy Beggars 12 pulls hanging hordes, and then goes into proxy 5 gate.
Yep. It was like
We
puts
were
down
like,
the gate.
okay, yeah, he's gonna put a gate there because reinforcements. That is 2 gates, 5 gates.
Yeah.
He just muzzled out at the rest of the game. And then my second favorite was, I believe it was the finals. I think it was Sunokasuri who did the proxy hatch.
Yes.
Yep.
With a spine
that was
rush?
Game 2. It was
Yes.
Game 2, if I recall.
That one is my favorite game of all the series.
Oh,
That was a fun, but like you go
Hengen
into the final
tried
game and then
yeah.
suddenly spine rush.
Hengen tried his best to hold on in that game, but he just got it a bit too late.
Yeah.
All I have to say is after this SDO, I found a new waifu, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suno, I
It was
hope you're ready
interesting,
for milk.
last week, but this week, everything's confirmed. Everything clicked in his head.
I'm moving to Russia.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. We haven't seen Hangin play. Hangin.
Yeah,
It was Hangin, right? I remember he specifically told us how to
Hangin.
pronounce his name.
He said hang
Hangin,
in.
yeah.
Like the
Hang
in
in.
is like separate syllable. Hang in.
Look,
Yeah.
all I had to say was that he was hanging in.
Yeah. Still use that joke way too many times.
It was funny like the first couple times.
Like the first 3 times it was kind of funny, okay?
Yeah. We haven't seen him play since last year, I believe.
I mean, you say last year, it was more like a couple of months.
Yeah. It's been a couple of
I mean,
months.
it's
Late
previous
November,
season.
probably?
He played
You say
previous
late
season.
November?
Yeah.
I would have to check. I don't remember now.
The only
If I
thing I know is
recall-
that I lost to him. That's it.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one time he played.
Yeah.
If I recall correct, I think he's one of Crank's viewers, right? He came in with
I'm
Commander.
pretty sure he is.
Wasn't he the guy in Heroes Discord or something?
Oh, that was Blue C3. That's the
Ah,
other
Yeah,
Korean.
Blue
That's
CG
the other
is from
Korean
Heroes
Protoss.
Discord.
Because I was like, this style is reminding me of someone. I wonder.
I mean, people who watch Crank are often general like esports fans or StarCraft fans because he's casting a lot of tournaments. So you might have seen the same people
Yeah.
in different places. Like I'm pretty sure I saw Hangin in some other chats as well.
So if you guys do wish to either watch interesting games or want to compete in interesting
play
games,
them.
SDO 19, the signups are out on challenge. You can sign up.
Link
They're,
down below.
depending on where you are, every Friday or Thursday morning. West Coast time for the win.
I mean, it's Friday.
It's too. It's not the next day until I go to bed, Kuro.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
But Fridays, if we're going by normal time schedules.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Fridays.
technically, it's
and-
Friday. Okay.
Time varies depending on where you are. Don't play from the West Coast. It's too early.
Unless
Wow.
your name is Milk and Cookies.
I mean, you say that, but United States is, I think, actually like
Yeah,
second most popular
second.
nation in our tournament after Australia,
Yeah.
which is quite
It
interesting
is.
considering like the time slot.
Total number of players 11.
Yeah. I also wanted to say that it's pretty cool. We're seeing new regulars.
Mhm.
Like this is Grizzly's second in a row. This is Sunokasuri's second in a row.
Pointy
Starduck
Beggars.
is becoming Pointy
Voltic.
Bagels and Starduck
Yeah.
are becoming more regulars. Like Volticus has been around for a while, like, but we're seeing new faces pop up more regularly, which is pretty cool. And Starduck, I remember I was talking to him. He was so happy when he finally got to face something other than a Zerg.
Yeah,
in
it's
Sea
true.
Duckling Open.
And then
It's like,
Heroes.
yes, finally. And yeah, and then he ran into Suno after that. But yeah,
No, he played the Protoss after.
yeah.
And he was like, "All right, let's hope." And he played Suno.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, come sign up. It's 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time.
Yes.
I believe that's 9 p.m. Australia. I don't know what it is in Europe, but
11 a.m.
11
CET.
a.m. CT.
11
and
a.m.
2 a.m.
Central European.
PST. Actually, is it 2 a.m. PST?
It is 2 a.m. PST.
I mean, it is PST, but isn't there there is a time change soon, right?
Daylight savings.
Yeah, in America.
So
it's gonna be a bit complicated.
It's either gonna be 1
It's
a.m.
around that time.
PT or 3 a.m. PT.
Yeah. I don't
It's
remember.
around that time. One night when you're having trouble falling asleep, just sign up. As Starduck will tell you.
Yeah.
Is that what he does?
He said he was feeling tired, so he wanted to forfeit, but then he couldn't sleep, so it was like, alright, might as well play.
He basically forfeited, and then
But
maybe
the game was still going on.
Yeah, 5 minutes later he came back, he's like, screw it, I can't sleep, I'm gonna play.
And then after he lost, he was like, well, now I can sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was before he played Sunukasuri.
Yeah.
He was not ready. Yeah.
So, yep.
Speaking about signups, I've been trying to use the Twitch events, which is I mean, I don't know if you can call it new, but it's quite new feature. Not many people still use it. And the way the feature works, or is supposed to work anyway, is it notifies you on Twitch, I think, 1 hour before the event, and it notifies you by email when the event starts. So I've made events for the upcoming weeklies. I probably will make one for the Master Tournament whenever we make it. We're still thinking about the name, so suggestions welcome. And yeah, I would also add PondCast there, but we have to settle the schedule first before I can add it. But if you want reminders and stuff, feel free to subscribe to the Twitch events, and you may find out that way as well.
And subscribing to the Twitch events are free.
It's
not like subscribing to the Twitch channel, but you can sub to the Twitch channel and get access to our training sessions. So do that today.
Yep. Get access to team games with Milk and Light.
I have my bread ready.
I remember.
Right. I just love watching you and Milk playing together because it's just too beautiful.
I mean,
I like that moment.
Person.
I like that moment when Milk's base was just getting wrecked by cyclones, and then Light is like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna save you." Then he runs with Lynx. No, you're dead, and he leaves.
That's because Hellions came into my base, so I had to defend my base first, and then.
But I like how you were reassuring him that everything is gonna be okay, and then you come to his base. No, actually you're dead. Just leaves, whatever.
Smashed.
So beautiful. Those streams are priceless.
Once again, link down below. And shall we start the IEM Katowice monologue?
Katowice.
Katowice.
Katowice. How do you say it? As a resident Polish player.
As a resident Polish player, Katowice.
Katowice.
Yeah, Katowice.
Oh god. Is it Miami Vice or what?
But yeah, Kuro, you pretty much regularly attend Katowice, and
yeah, you can say regularly because I literally been to all of them.
Yeah. So why don't you get in it? Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're not gonna speak too much about results. Whoever didn't see the results and doesn't want to see the results, you probably shouldn't be watching this, let's be honest.
It's more gonna be the audience experience.
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
First things first. Let me start from the fancies. Because those are interesting. I don't know how much people, like how much our viewers are following Twitters and stuff like that. But I'm gonna show you some of the interesting stuff that has happened. Some of them I actually witnessed myself, so I can speak about it. First, the biggest thing on the backstage of like all of the events, all of the StarCraft events, for some reason, is playing rock, paper, scissors.
Not poker?
What?
Yes.
Not poker?
No, poker is like for Koreans, like they go to casino regularly because you can't play in Korea. Like that's the reason why.
Yeah.
But for foreigners especially, it's rock, paper, scissors. Always. They always play rock, paper, scissors. It's just a thing by now.
I mean, to be fair, it's better than Hearthstone.
Sure.
Whoa, wow.
No,
Alright.
I would say I am a witness of No Regret versus Nercho, best of 13 in rock, paper, scissors.
Alright, who came out on top?
Nercho won 7-4.
Yeah, because No Regret can't cheese in it.
Oh.
Wow.
Shots
Dum-dum-dum. Yeah. Also, there's a thing about Serral that was actually that was recorded by Hutchinson as well. Hutchinson was translating for the Korean players, because she's French Korean, I guess you could call it. I'm not sure what her story is, but yeah, she knows Korean. But yeah, the thing about Serral is that whenever he plays rock, paper, scissors, he seems to be lagging.
What?
Yes. Serral seems to be lagging in real life, quote unquote. Like, people are joking about it. Like, every time he would be playing somebody in rock, paper, scissors, the first, like, 1 or 2 times, he would just be, like, 1 second behind in, like, showing whatever sign he was supposed to show. And, like, you know, obviously he said that, like, he's not doing it intentionally, because why would he? But at some point people started laughing that, yeah, it's actually like a mind game strategy. He's trying to see what the other person will do, and like then he knows the strategy, so he's just like working people out and stuff. But yeah, it's just a funny story. But yeah, apparently in general, Serral is really good in rock, paper, scissors. He's like beating everybody around, including Koreans, which is quite impressive. Kinda.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Korean Rock Paper Scissors League.
Actually, speaking about that, from that like conversation, I also learned that in Korea there is a different variation of rock, paper, scissors. I'm not gonna be able to explain it properly because the best way to learn it is to see it. But basically, the like general rule is that you start the same as normal rock, paper, scissors. But then the person who won the first round is the attacker.
I know what you're talking about.
You know?
Yeah, that's the best way to play.
I don't have anyone to play. I really want to try it.
It's when you have the hammer and the bucket.
Don't know what that means.
Or okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the one where they hit each other, right?
Maybe, possibly, I don't know. Like, no, not in the game itself. Not in the game itself.
Not in the game. What?
No. Okay, listen. So whoever won the first round is the person who is attacking. Now, the person who is attacking says the name of the sign they're showing. Doesn't matter. Says a word, and that's the signal to change the sign you're showing, right? And you have to like do it split second in the same time.
Okay.
And they keep doing that. Like if the other person wins, then they are attacking and so on. Like they keep doing that attack defense thing until both of them have the same sign.
Oh, I know what you. Okay, yeah, I know.
And if they have the same sign, the person who was attacking wins.
Yeah. I actually like that one. That one is fun.
Yeah, that like looks really fun. Like and like it's not just like 90% lag, but like it's actually like also
Yeah.
a lot of mind games in it, a lot of strategy and like quick reflexes and stuff. Interesting.
Essentially, the way you have to win is you have to, as the person who's calling out the next move, you have to get your opponent to match with you.
Yes.
That's how you win.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one. That one is fun. I totally forgot about that.
But yeah, like that's what I like. Apparently that's the Korean version, and like Korean seems to know it. Like I saw Hajinson play it with Koreans. Like it wasn't as if like she brought somebody like, yeah, do you know the game? Like she just spoke to the first Korean she saw and they just started playing. Like apparently it's a Korean thing.
Yeah. You don't like no one else really does. It is a very Korean thing. I used to play it when I was younger.
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's way more fun because it's way more hectic.
Yeah, I like that version. Like I like this more. Like the original is it's a kid's game to me. Like it's funny, but like it's a lot of lag really. A bit of mind games obviously as well, but like that one like seemed like just more intense, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. I really want to like
eliminate the RNG.
I really want to play it. It did look interesting.
I think something that goes into this is that there's a lot of downtime for players, like maybe after they get knocked out and stuff, and this is kind of what they like. They just find whatever they can to like fill time.
I mean, that's also a thing. That's also a thing I noticed, like hanging out with players a bit. That for Koreans, like Koreans either want to go home, or they go to casino or somewhere. Like obviously not all of them. Like it varies from person to person. But for foreigners, a lot of them will just like hang out during the tournament, just like to hang out with other players. Like even though they are eliminated from the tournament, like they still come to the venue, like just to hang out with other people.
Well,
like I feel like that's a little bit of a difference.
I imagine it's based on if they know anybody there who's like also.
I mean, obviously
has the same amount of downtime and stuff.
Obviously, but like there was that team, quote unquote, of foreigners that was hanging out there like throughout the whole event. And for Koreans, once they lost, like they didn't really show up again, like at the venue. So like that's a bit. I feel like it's a little bit of a culture difference as well. Like I'm not saying that like it's a culture as in like nation culture, but like just the fact that like different mindset, maybe different view on things.
Yeah.
Also maybe it's also the fact that like Korean players have a bit more chances to actually meet, and like for the foreign players, like this event is like when they meet each other a lot, like for the most of them. Like that's their only time to actually hang out with each other. But that's about foreigners. I mean, I have one more story later. But speaking about Korean players, I don't know if you've seen that on Hajison's Twitter, but she asked Jiner players to sign a T-shirt for a friend. Like they were preparing a gift for a friend, and like the friend is apparently a Jiner fan. And she got like all the Jiner players to like sign it and stuff. And I don't know whose idea it was originally, but it ended up that Creator and Maru drew the happy Jiner plane on the T-shirt. The way it worked, like Creator apparently drew like the shape of the plane, quote unquote, and Maru like did the rest of it, like the face and everything. And it's just like really, really funny and cute. And like there's a photo of them doing it as a proof. And as a comparison, I actually have the happy plane here. And like, this is what they were trying to do. You can judge for yourself how well that went. I mean, they tried.
That plane is thick.
I was waiting for that.
Double capital C's. Thick.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art skills are on point. But yeah, like the person got the Happy Junior train. Happy Junior plane. Yeah, I was a train. Happy Junior plane drew by actual junior players. So I think that's pretty cool. And like, honestly, I wouldn't expect Maru to be up for like that kind of like silly stuff, because Maru always seemed like very serious, but I feel like in the recent few years he like cheered up a lot, like opened up to people. But maybe it's like just outside impression. It's just like what it seems like to me, that like before he seemed like very quiet, but like nowadays he seems more sociable and like generally more cheerful. But
I mean, a lot of people did say like back in the day, Maru was like pretty easy to get along with and whatnot, but that might be a different thing. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it also depends like how I guess you met him, like how you approach him. Like maybe like in the team he was different and like outside different. Like I don't know, but like the way he's always seemed like in public, he always seemed like very quiet, maybe introvert even. I don't know, but like he would always like it was kind of like a thing about Maru, like always having that face of just not giving any damn about anything. But like nowadays he's like he's just like smiling a lot and like generally like he's really cheerful, and it's really interesting to like see him change like that. Also another thing that I don't know if you've seen, that I was also kinda honestly surprised about, but in the same time not. If you know who Traders is, I'm probably butchering the name, but Traders is one of the admins, the tournament admins, and he made a series of pictures where he's balancing the admin clipboard with like all the scores and stuff. And at first he was like he was just making a joke, so he was like balancing it on like the dividers between players or something. Like it was just part of the scenery. But at some point he started to he actually asked players to pose with the clipboard, and there are some pictures of that. I've seen Maru, Solar, Zest. I think there was also Innovation. Like I didn't expect to see those kind of pictures from them, honestly. So it was like really funny to see that like they were actually up for it. So yeah, the more you know. And the conclusion of the Traders picture series is that Terran is balanced, Zerg is balanced, and Protoss is balanced, so game is probably balanced.
And it's more of the clipboard is balanced.
Uh-huh.
So what else happened at IEM?
For the last backstage story.
Okay.
You know that I'm a source of fun facts? Like, because I don't know how many people know, but it's already a part of the drinking game. Every time Kuro says fun fact, drink. And I did the thing where I tweeted saying that I will tweet as many fun facts as I will get likes on the tweet. And the tweet reached 73 or something, and I'm now at 50, and people are like, yeah, you're probably gonna run out of fun facts. Nope. Just saying.
Everybody go like the tweet now so she keeps adding more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm somewhere halfway through, probably. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm not gonna tweet like 1,000, but like 70 I can do. But yeah, one more story from the backstage. You probably maybe have seen a picture of the foreigners that was also taken by Hutchinson. What is the funny story behind the picture is like the idea of the picture, from what I heard, actually came from the players. Like they were just making fun because they're kind of bored. But like the thing is, like they came up with that idea that like they're gonna look like really sad because they lost, and then Sarah is supposed to laugh, but they just couldn't take that picture because like they would. The first time I think they told Sarah to laugh, and Sarah was like, "How am I supposed to laugh?" Like he just couldn't do it for the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that because I have trouble smiling for a picture, but then like they would actually shoot the picture, and like Sarah made some really weird face, and like just everybody started laughing. Like everybody was just crying, and like they couldn't take the picture. Like it took them like I think 5 tries before they actually took that picture to this on Twitter. Like I just want you to know that a lot of effort was put into this picture.
Whoa.
Appreciate it. But like it was really fun. It was really fun. Like overall, like the whole overall, I think that in general StarCraft players are kinda entertaining people. It's always interesting, like hanging out around.
I mean, we're just a bunch of nerds.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
In the end, we're just a bunch of nerds. That's pretty accurate. I mean, we're different kinds of nerds, but we're nerds.
Pretty much.
So that's like for the more interesting backstage stories. So that is also something I don't think Sarah has ever laughed like on stage or something, but I did see him laugh with other players, so he can laugh. It's confirmed, he can laugh. He actually seems to really have fun with other players. Moving on to the other side though, because that's from like the backstage side of things, and then you have like the live audience.
How
Which
was
one's-
the live audience, Kuro?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, let me actually play some stuff. So, firstly, very important thing about Polish audience, because people always are like, praising the Polish audience because it's so cool and so on and so on. Why the Polish audience is the way it is? Because, like, there is an organized group that is actually helping out. Like Korea has their own like organized fan groups, and Poland has like their own version of organized fan group. Like that fan group is like more similar to what you see with like football or like soccer fan groups, where like it's fans, they're preparing banners, they're preparing chants. They have this year they had the boomsticks and like balloons and everything. They have like those huge flags that like they pull over the audience and so on. And like all of this is prepared by that particular community, which is called Netwars. And like that's I guess that's the biggest group of fans. It's really hard to say, but like that's the hardcore Polish community for StarCraft. I'm fairly sure they have a part for like other esports as well, but like I think the StarCraft is like the main one. And every year they like organize all those like things to like make the audience more lively, like to make the better show. And also it's not only that. The Polish players also interact with them. Like you can see like during the broadcast that they like familiar with Nerchio, that like a laser is hanging out on the audience, because like all those like players also like sometimes post on the forums and so on. Like that whole community is like one thing. And yeah, also I think from last year. Sometimes they also get like help from Blizzard, and by help I mean that like they get gadgets from Blizzard, or like they got this year like they got the branded cheerfuls and stuff. So like it wasn't just paper, but like it was actual branded cheerfuls. There was also this year they also got like posters. I don't know if you remember during the WCS finals, the BlizzCon finals, there was a poster by, oh god, I'm not gonna read the name, but there was the poster made of like the images that were used for the player portraits, and that was only available on
so.
BlizzCon, I think, or maybe some other tournament as well. But I think it was only available on BlizzCon. And then I think it was also on Homestory Cup, but like because the casters brought it, so you could like get it on Homestory Cup. But in general, like you can't really get that poster. But like the networks actually got the posters to like make a giveaway or something for the community. So like they're actually cooperating with a lot of like organizations to like make a good show and stuff. And it's really cool to see.
Dang.
They're like really well organized. And they've been doing it for years, so like they know their stuff.
All I'm gonna say is rest of the world, get on Poland's level.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to step it up.
Also if you like watch the broadcast, sometimes you can see like people in those like what do you call them? Like you have those kind of vests that sometimes you use on like construction site, or like I don't know.
The orange
I
vest.
think I know
Yeah,
what
those
you're talking
orange
about,
vests.
Yeah.
Like if you saw one of these, like those are like, I don't want to say leaders necessarily, but like they are the ones that are supposed to like lead the crowd. So like they're like, they are responsible for like the chants, they are responsible for like managing the flags, they are responsible for like when you see the wave on the audience, they are the ones who are starting it and so on and so on. Like they are the ones who like, they are giving away cheerfuls to people so like they can like draw banners and stuff. They are also like organizing contests. Like for example, this year there was a contest, so like the best cheerful would get one of the gadgets that they got from Blizzard and so on and so on. And like they're really nice and well organized. And like I don't necessarily like go to their forums because I don't really post on forums nowadays anyway. But like every time I go to a live event, I try to like hang out with them because like they generally like have a really interesting atmosphere. So, yeah, there is also a video they made them like they recorded. It's on their channel. I'm gonna link it as well. It's like a 2-minute like summary video. So yeah, so you would be able to watch that as well.
Now I know why they stopped doing the global finals in any other part of the world and just went to Katowice.
Yeah, like we have a good audience.
Just 1 year though. Please just come back to Singapore. 1 year.
Keep Singapore. On that note, so yeah, I'm playing on the screen. I'm playing the videos that I recorded from like my point of view from the audience.
Right.
I'm sure you like saw all the stage and production in much better version, but like it's just different point of view.
Jeez.
Also, while speaking about it, there was a thing.
Right.
There was a thing that I don't know how visible it was on stream or like how many people noticed it on stream, but if you look at some of the videos and also like when they show like the arena in general, there is that awkward spot with a bunch of empty seats right next to the stage. I don't know how much you noticed that. Because I know that Light mentioned it to me. Light, please speak.
Yeah. I mean, there was like a huge row of like empty seats in front of the stage, right?
Yeah, because from my perspective, I don't know how visible that was on broadcast or like if it was like noticeable or not. Because the thing is, I actually have no idea what those seats were. because you see, if you look at the map of the arena, there is like all the top seats are like general audience. Then in the middle, right in the middle, like in front of the stage, there is the VIP audience, which is like close to other people. then on the very bottom, on the ring, on the like still on the like outside part, there is the premium area, and then next to the stage there are rows of seats that we don't know who they belong to.
Oh wow!
Because they are not premium, because the like premium did not like wasn't allowed to go there. But in the same time, like we assumed that it was like maybe for like some kind of like business VIP maybe, or some or like staff or something. But at least for the StarCraft part, like for the most part, those seats were empty. So like,
I mean,
I'm not exactly sure what was like the purpose of it, but I feel like something could be better organized there maybe, because like I'm not saying about like, yeah, I would take that spot, like it would be so much better. Like it's not about as much about me, but like I assume it doesn't look very well on broadcast if like you look at the stage and like this all the seats the closest to the stage are like for the most part empty. It just looks awkward to me.
I mean, I'd imagine if it was FunFest's and then for StarCraft it was empty, that shouldn't be too surprising.
I mean, I guess like that's what we assumed as well, that like maybe it's like some like business guests or something, but like it's just that like it doesn't look well on broadcast. So I'm not exactly sure about the decision to organize it that way. Maybe there was some better way to manage it, but it is what it is. That said, something that I really liked that year that wasn't there for the previous years, apart from like the big, screens on the stage, there were also like the smaller screens like on the side. And that was there also on the auditorium, on the small stage. Like the first rows, like the first few rows, aren't the most comfortable to watch the actual screen on the stage. So like they put a big like TV screens on the bottom, so like you could actually see the game, and that was really nice. That was really helpful.
It's really nice to have, so you don't have to have your neck in a weird position the entire time.
I mean, it's not even about the neck position, but like just cameras or like light or stuff like there's a lot of things on the stage itself that like just bothers your like watching experience if that's what you're going for, and like with the screen you can actually see the game in whole. So that was pretty cool. That is really nice. I will say though that auditorium was really cold. Like the small stage, it was really cold on the audience. I mean, I can't really complain because it was minus 10 degrees. Or minus 15 even. Celsius, of course. But on the arena it wasn't, like on the main venue, on the main arena it wasn't so cold. The auditorium was just really cold. But yeah. It's a very nice viewing experience.
Just bring a jacket and then you're set.
Also.
So come to Katowice next year.
Yeah. Also, there was another tweet by Hutchinson during the finals. She suggested doing the Pro League chant. I mean, I call it the Pro League chant. It's the Korean chant where, as I said, like Korean audience have their own like organized style of groups, where like one person will like do a countdown. They call Hanadu set, and then the rest is like answering with the name of the player fighting. If you watch like any Korean tournament, you would hear that. But yeah, like that actually happened during the group stages, I think, or maybe it was like the playoffs. But like on the small stage, actually, the networks people had something like that prepared for SOS, because there were few people who are like big fans of SOS. So they actually prepared like the Korean chant for SOS with his Korean name and everything. And he did notice it. So this was really cool.
Sweet.
But yeah, like Hutchinson suggested on Twitter that maybe they could do it for the finals as well.
And did it happen?
It did happen. It wasn't
nice.
as like impressive as it like I guess the idea was, because I assume the idea was to like make the whole stadium to say it, but obviously like you only can have control over so many people, like because like it wasn't like prepared before or anything, like they just decided, okay, we're doing it. So they did try. I did record it. I'm actually playing it. I don't know how much it's hearable because I don't want to make it too loud over me. But yeah, the networks people, like, because like Hutchinson asked about it, like they did try to organize it like on the spot. And from what I heard from people who were on different parts of the audience, it actually turned out not bad. Like, it was actually hearable. A laser took part in it, by the way. He's on recording. So yeah, that went well.
Great. So, anything else to add about Katowice?
Okay.
I would also say that Kura kind of mentioned it before, right? How like it was really cold in the auditorium and stuff. If you decide to go to IEM Katowice, get ready for snow. Cause
No. Okay.
Was...
No, listen there. This IEM was the most unlucky in terms of temperature. I mean, I'm not much bothered. But literally last week, during IEM, it was -12, -15 Celsius. This week, like few days ago, it's +8 Celsius. It just happened that single week that IEM was like from the open bracket to the final, that single week was the coldest week in the last few years. It's just incredible that like it's exactly that 1 week that was the coldest. Just so funny.
Yeah. Like during IEM, like Pig was tweeting about it. I think some of the Koreans were tweeting about it, like tweeting about all the snow and how cold it was. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I really liked Pig's tweet because like right as he arrived, like it was actually snowing a bit, and he tweeted a gif of Jon Snow just like, you know, in a blizzard or something, and he tweeted like, "Oh, it's colder than I remember." Like it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, at least he had fun with the snow because he doesn't see it all that often. There wasn't much snow though. Like that was very little. Like that was.
I mean,
it was enough snow that, like, you know, the streets, maybe not streets, but like the surroundings were white, but like I wouldn't call it like a proper snowfall.
I mean, you say that, but
I've seen
you have to
better.
remember that the three of us are like.
Yeah, I know.
Here.
I know. That's why I'm saying that, like, I've seen better.
Yeah, that's why, like, I'm saying that for IEM, if you're planning to go, like, kind of be aware of that sort of thing and be prepared, like, try and figure out, like, what the weather's like there. Otherwise, you might get screwed.
Bring your jacket.
Yeah.
Don't forget a hat. Don't get cold. You do need a scarf. No, it's not stupid to wear a scarf and a hat. That's what I'm gonna say.
This PSA brought to you by Kuro 16 Swats and Seki.
No, I'm serious because I've seen people like going out in just a hoodie, and if you go out in just a hoodie in -12, I wish you good luck. And hey, Milk.
Yes.
How much is that in Fahrenheit?
-12? Oh, 0 cell is 32. So I would say like maybe 10 or below.
Maybe.
I'll take a look.
I mean, you're the only person here who uses Fahrenheit, so
Pretty much,
tell
yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still cold. I'm not gonna lie, but
Just before we move on, I think one of my favorite stories about IEM is you were there for after this is kind of spoilers, but Rogue One. Right?
What a spoiler!
Whoa.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if you didn't watch it. But after he won, he had to pose for photos.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay.
the IEM trophy is kind of heavy.
The IEM trophy is 16 kilograms, from what I heard.
Ooh. Yeah, no.
We'll count that over. I don't know.
32-ish pounds.
I have no idea. Don't ask me.
Usually it's like 2 pounds per kilogram, so it's like 2.2 to be exact, but 2 is good enough.
But yeah, like from what I heard, it's like 16 kilograms or something. Like everybody knows that it's really heavy. And then you have Rogue, who like, he's like normal posture person, I guess, like not very like muscular.
He's
or
not
anything.
Zest.
No, he's not Zest. He's definitely not Zest. But like, you have like that's the first part. Then second part, he was pretty shaken. Like I actually saw comments of like, yeah, like Rogue shows no emotion. But like he was pretty shaken. Like as he was speaking, you could actually see him shaking. Like he was actually crying.
Before you go on, Wax Angel had an interview on Team Liquid with Rogue about his experience winning and stuff like that, and yeah, Rogue was talking about how the IEM win to him was actually a bit more emotional than the BlizzCon win. Like he actually felt it, and he was like really kind of overwhelmed by the win and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could see that. Like, you definitely could see that, like from like the way he was behaving there on stage, and like the thing is that after the initial moment of lifting the trophy and everything, and then the interview, after that he was posing for photos for like 10-15 minutes, I think, maybe 10, maybe it wasn't way too long. But the thing is, of course, everybody wanted to have a picture of Rogue lifting the trophy. So like there would be like a production and admin person who would be like telling you, yeah, like could you lift the trophy, like pose for the photo, and he would like lift it up in the air, and like 3 seconds later he's just putting it down, like he just can't anymore, and then the admin person is again, yeah, can you pose again, and like he's lifting the trophy and again, like it would just be happening over and over again, where he's like trying to lift the trophy and like just putting it down because it's like way too heavy.
Yeah, for like every single photographer that's there, he had to lift the trophy again and again.
Not
just
every
for
single,
that
but like it would be happening like over and over again. Also, he did kiss it, by the way, for those wondering.
I saw that.
Also, something I will point out, because I'm very sad. I don't want to say disappointed, but I'm very sad. I think Carmack's tradition died.
What is that?
Yeah, he hasn't done that in a long time.
Because Carmack's tradition, like, it used to be a thing where after every IEM, Carmack would lift up the winner, and since I think a year or two, he doesn't do it anymore.
He's getting old.
And every time I'm waiting for it, and it's not happening.
I think the last time was when Flash won.
I
Because I remember he did it for that.
I don't remember what was the last
3
time.
years ago. Yeah.
I don't remember what was the last time. But he didn't lift Polt either, right?
Yeah.
Because Polt was the Katowice champion of 2016, if I recall correctly. He did lift Zest, because that I have on recording as well. I think it was the last time in Katowice. But like, I'm just sad that it's not a thing anymore because it was funny.
Carmack's getting old.
I mean, as everybody is. But yeah.
Everybody gets old? Whoa, this is news to me.
Rip Yaku, you're gonna be old. Join us.
No.
Join us.
But yeah, overall, Katowice was a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good from watching it on my computer, so... I'd imagine live is even better.
So I'm putting this on screen. I recorded Rogue giving autographs and stuff. Like it wasn't anything special, and I would delete this video if not for the last shot, if not for the last scene, because he's posing for a picture, and like his face is just 10 out of 10. This is the most beautiful face for a picture. It's amazing. I'm gonna link it to you guys afterwards, because I'm just laughing every time I see it. Like I wouldn't say he was serious, but like from that, you know, kinda neutral face, he just goes into full smile for the photo and just looks silly.
I mean, that's how it's done, bro. That's how you smile for a photo.
I know, but I couldn't do it. I can smile for a photo. I'm really bad at that.
Well then, shall we move on from IEM into the PSISTORM Gaming Team League?
Yeah.
We'll try to make the rest of these stuff quick-ish, but yeah.
Yeah, we're almost done. So PSISTORM have actually started up they've announced a new team league that they're going to be hosting. I think they go into it where KJ, who's the owner of PSISTORM Gaming, he was talking to Jordan from Proxy Tempest. And yeah, they were talking about amateur teams, and they came up with the idea to host a team league. But it's kind of unique in that they kind of really want to focus on the players and promote amateur players. And it's kind of like CTL. Like the format is almost just like CTL, right? So you have a team, and you field like gold against gold, silver against silver, plat against plat, diamond against diamond, in a best of 5 format. So the format is just like CTL, but they have like a money prize, like a monetary prize, and they also want to like take photos of each of the players and have like proper like graphics and production done. There's like they're putting a lot of effort into it, which is pretty cool. Like it's something that you wouldn't really expect for an amateur team league.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, like what they're trying to do, and I feel like it kind of gives a lot to like look forward to, like for these amateur teams. Like I don't know, it's something that we haven't really had before, because we have a lot of amateur team leagues, but nothing quite like this. So it's gonna be pretty big.
KJ has a lot of passion for StarCraft, and it really shows.
Oh yeah.
Just meeting him at BlizzCon and talking to him for a bit, it's like he oozes passion.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
I mean, if he calls his car a Ravager, Six-Pool, and who was the other one? like basically everything around him is like about StarCraft. Like he has 2 passions. It's StarCraft and the cars. So.
He's a good guy, and if he's wanting to do this, I have great faith that it's gonna actually do well.
Yeah. Originally, the team league was limited to North American teams. Originally, it was just going to be NA only, but after like a day or two, or maybe even a couple of hours, like it was changed, and now it's open globally to all teams.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they were thinking like, it's probably like not going to be popular enough, like not enough people are going to be signing up or whatever, but then people are like, no, we want to do this.
I think it might be also the fact that like, because KJ is from the North American region, like I don't want to say related, because I don't know if that's the right word, but like he has like went to a lot of like those local events. He's also organized a lot of like the local events, like the PSISTORM Clubs event. But like he's like part of the North America scene, so I think like he wanted to originally make a tournament for the American scene, but like because of the response, like they opened it to everyone.
I would also say that it also has to do with like he probably just didn't know how many teams there were like in even just Europe. Like I didn't know. Like before we joined Alpha, and like because I didn't know much about Alpha or RTSL, but there's like so many like European teams, and
but it's also the thing. It's also the thing that like because there is Alpha and the other leagues, like maybe the same teams don't necessarily want to sign up for multiple leagues because it's like scheduling and stuff like that.
You would say that about NA though, because they have CTL, and arguably like it's harder for NA because CTL is even more similar to the PSISTORM League, the PSISTORM team league.
Maybe.
So when are we signing up?
Well, I mean, we have
players.
We have like just over a month. So the signups close in April. April 15th. Yeah, April 15th. And unfortunately, we need a Masters player, and we don't have one. Or we do,
but... Risk is Masters.
Yeah, but...
We're just gonna put him on the list, and he's not gonna play.
Yeah, but he's also Masters 3.
Yeah, I know.
Which is more difficult, because the way it is the ace match, or the final match is just flat Masters. It isn't limited to 3, 2, or 1. So, like... if we field a Masters 3 player, we're also kind of at a really big disadvantage there.
So, Light, you know what to do. Gotta hit Masters.
Gotta get all the way up to Masters 1.
Yeah, Masters 1, yeah.
You have a month.
Here's the thing, he's gonna get to Masters 2, and then in the match that should promote him to Masters 1, just promotes him to GM. Because there aren't enough players.
It might be Masters 2. They have an MMR cap. It's 5.2k MMR. I'm not quite sure what that is.
I think Masters is like 5.4. So that should be Masters 2. Masters 1 is 5.4. Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have an MMR cap for Masters. But yeah, they have a Discord server, so you can join. You can ask questions. And yeah, if you need to form a team, because, for example, I'm a part of a couple of different Discord servers, and just for the PSISTORM Team League, the Discord servers have come together and formed their own teams just to play in this, which is pretty cool. It's like promoting more players, like working together and practicing together and stuff like that.
Also, probably you should know this if you're considering signing up. There is a registration fee to sign up for it, and it's $20. But I mean, it's an investment.
Yep. And the top 16 teams get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So we still don't know how many teams have signed up. But yeah, top 16 is pretty generous. You can get your $20 back if you make it that far. Yeah.
And before only 16 teams sign up.
There's going to be way more. I think CTL alone has like 10 teams.
Yeah.
And then you have all the European teams coming in.
Yeah.
It's going to be big. So we're looking forward to that. Still, we'll see if we manage to find a Masters player to play.
Yeah, I mean, if you manage to go to Masters 2.
Yeah.
Or Milk.
Or Milk.
I'm looking at you, Milk.
You got jokes.
But yeah. Also, something else that is coming up, or has actually started already, is OSC Masters Cup. They took a little bit of a break. So we talked about OSC last time. But OSC, they host a lot of events, a lot of their own events. And one of them is OSC Masters Cup. And the way it works is every month they have 2 cups. They have a global cup and they have a WCS restricted cup, which means no Korean players basically. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting format because every month they have 4 qualifiers for each cup. So they have 4 qualifiers for the global, and then they play the global tournament. Then they have 4 qualifiers for the WCS restricted, and then they play the WCS tournament. So it's like just this ongoing, like, massive, like, qualifier and big tournament that they have. And like, if I recall, the prize pool is actually really big. How much?
$1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000. Yeah, $1,000 for each one. Right,
yeah,
so it's $2,000 a month.
And after the players qualified, they play in round robin group stage. And the group stages are best of 2. No, sorry, not best of 2. How do they call it exactly? No, they call it best of 2, but basically what it means, you play 2 matches and you can have a tie score.
Yeah, because it's based on the total number of games won as opposed to like the other thing.
Yeah.
Series is 1. Total number of maps, I should say.
So every month they have 2 $1,000 like big tournaments, as well as all their weeklies. So it's again OSC with like,
and the
massive,
qualifiers themselves have a prize pool as well, I think.
Yeah, the qualifiers themselves also have a prize pool. So
even
again,
participating in the qualifiers is already like, has an incentive to it.
OSC is still like the biggest online tournament organizers. Just constantly having things. And...
Is it like a passion duel between Eddie and KJ?
yeah.
Who's gonna throw more tournaments?
Yeah, I think they've worked together on a couple of things too.
Possibly.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
And for anybody who might be a little bit maybe confused or whatever because of the WCS circuit or whatever, it is actually open to everyone. There's no everyone, right? You don't have to be.
I mean, yeah, the WCS circuit phase means that it's all countries apart from Korea, basically.
Yeah. There's no league restriction, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. It's just like that was like the simplest way to put it, because like most people know like how the WCS is divided, so like that was the shortest way to put it.
And it's a way for foreign players to earn money, and they have one of each, so they don't completely exclude Korean players. Yeah. They're coming back for that tournament is coming back for 2018. They took a little bit of a break because they had so much going on. Like they had their OSC Team League. They were bringing in new tournaments like the Sentimento Latino and
this is
the new
first
wager tournaments.
Yeah, this is the first Masters Cup in this season.
Yeah.
Imagine that, having so many things, so many tournaments going on that
like
you
OSC
have to stop one and put one on hiatus.
Yeah, OSC like it has a lot of going on, but like they also have like many people working on different things, so
they have a big
together.
team. They have a big team of casters. They have a team of admins, and they just constantly rotate. And it's pretty cool. Their organization has grown a lot in the past year because they only really started doing this last year. Not even at the beginning of last year. I think they started like a couple of months in. Like their Twitch channel isn't that old, but yeah.
I mean, it's not about Twitch as much, because I think like previously like OSC was still a thing and it was still like cooperating between many people, but there wasn't like one centralized place.
Yeah, well, before OSC was a thing, it was more of it was SC2C. It was different.
Yeah, and remember, if you participate in OSC tournaments, you may be eligible for the raffle of the great prize of being sent to a tournament. for free.
Like IEM Katowice.
Like IEM Katowice.
Yeah.
You can watch it too. Yeah. And be called on the auditorium. And High Five Maru, or Rogue, whatever, or Nacho. Whoever you want.
I think the last thing we have to talk about is the StarCraft 20th anniversary.
Yay!
Happy birthday! That's like older than I am.
Yeah, actually StarCraft is older than Yaku.
Oh god. I don't even want to. Get this young boy out of here.
Yaku, are you old enough to play this game?
It's rated T, right?
Okay.
Right.
But yeah.
Don't tell my parents.
But yeah, like because let me tell you something. On IEM, during IEM, right before finals, they announced their great celebration of the 20 years of StarCraft. But all they mentioned then was like content for other games. And like they mentioned, there will be portraits or something, but like they didn't say anything or almost anything about StarCraft itself. Like there was something for Remastered, but like the announcement was mostly about other games, like pets you can get in other games that are related to StarCraft. To be honest, that sounded kind of disappointing. It was like, yeah, StarCraft celebration, but where's the StarCraft stuff? But I do like what they did earlier, too bad they didn't announce it there. But later on, Blizzard announced that they are working. I mean, they are celebrating StarCraft together with Twitch, and there is the great thing during the month of March. I think it's the whole month, because the main celebration stream is on March 30, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, 30th and 31st, I believe. So one of them is for StarCraft 2, and one's for I don't know if that's actually what it is, but I believe one is for StarCraft 2 and one is for Remastered.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, the way it works, if you have your Twitch and Blizzard accounts connected, and if whatever streamer you're watching or whatever tournament you're watching have their Blizzard and Twitch account connected and the drops enabled, you get items for watching StarCraft, to put it in short. Basically, if you watch any StarCraft stream, doesn't matter if it's Remaster or StarCraft 2, for 2 hours.
Even original StarCraft.
Yeah, doesn't matter. It has to be StarCraft. StarCraft N64. If you watch it for 2 hours total, you get the Bobtos portrait, emoji, and spray, which is silly but kind of cool. And then there's also like the main anniversary stream. If you watch the main anniversary stream for 2 hours, you also get an exclusive console. And also, if you watch streamers, you know that have the drop enabled, you have a chance to get a drop of an item, which is like, for example, a voice pack or a co-op commander, and like. Yeah, basically all you have to do is have the account connected and just tune into the stream, and like just hang out there.
Each week, I believe they give out about 800.
I don't know the number.
People.
But each week it's actually a different commander. For co-op commanders at least. Like for week 1 it's Karax and the Raynor announcer or Swan announcer. Then for week 2 you have another thing and another thing. All of this is mentioned in the announcement article.
Yeah. Once again, linked below.
Yeah. Also on some of the streams there are also achievement hand drops. Another thing. there is no list of where you can get those yet, but there will be a thing as well. But generally, like there's a lot of things to look up, like look forward to in terms of StarCraft in the month of March. But yeah, and if you want to know if the particular stream has the drops enabled, you just go to the page, and under the title of the stream, under the video player, you have the like notification if the drops are enabled or not. So that way you know if by watching that stream you have a chance to get a drop. That said, do check if your country is eligible for the drops, because I heard that not all countries are actually eligible for that.
What?
Yes. I think somebody mentioned like that some of the Latin America countries are not eligible.
Yeah, well, I have nothing to worry about.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, that's just what I saw. Like somebody say. I didn't actually check it myself. But like, do check if your country is actually eligible for it. But yeah, like I really like that idea between like that cooperation between Blizzard and Twitch, because firstly because like it's actually pretty cool and like they are cooperating, but secondly it actually brings the effect from like the content creation side of things, because like the streamers have been actually getting like pretty good numbers because of like all the promotion, and that's really cool to see.
I believe at one point it was like 14K with no major tournaments on, which usually for StarCraft it's like a lot less than that, like 4K concurrent. There are no tournaments on. Yeah, and like the like the player streamers, like I'm not saying tournaments, but like single like player streamers would be getting like 1,000 viewers on a stream. Yeah. Or like over 1,000. So it's pretty cool to see that like that's that promotion is going really well. Especially with the free to play and everything, like everybody can join in pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I'll say this, I feel like StarCraft, a lot of the scene does come down to like the sort of one of the things that drives the scene a lot is the individual content well, that's actually a thing for most games, but it's something special in StarCraft, I'm gonna say. Maybe. I'm sure most people agree with me. Yeah, it's just assume that everybody agrees. That makes it better. Yeah, what do you mean you don't agree? Nah, you agree with me. Yes, please. Do you have your Bobtos portrait yet? Because I do. Look at you, like.
I still don't.
I see passion, man. Watch.
I don't know why I don't have it. I just don't have it.
Have you watched for 2 hours?
I have no passion.
I don't think so. I was watching like Milk stream. That's about it though.
Yeah, because just AFK out.
Funnily enough, actually, I was streaming recently, and I think few people actually got drops during my stream. I did, so it's working. Also, I think I still haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm gonna try to set up the drops on the CranKy Ducklings account. I'm not sure if it will work out, but I will see what I can do. It should. Because I don't know if there are any limitations for like how new the account is that is connected, because like all of our personal accounts are like connected to our personal streams, and I don't think you can connect your account to few. So I will probably try to like make a separate account for the CranKy Ducklings, just so I can enable the drops. That's something we gotta hit on. That's something that we have that GSL doesn't. Exactly. We're gonna be better than GSL. Our production's so good. We just gotta get some alt rock soundtrack, and then we're good. As always, check out the sign up list for all the upcoming tournaments with the prize pool
Eligibility.
That word that I don't like, and links to all the important social media and other sites of the tournaments with all the information.
Yeah.
The page is regularly updated. This tournament just closed recently.
Yeah. Just remember, on the prize pool, you can see which events give OSC points. So you can work on your OSC participation. And there's also other tabs for amateur events as well. If you prefer to just play against people closer to your skill level, like if you're not Masters or GM, there's plenty of Bronze to Diamonds tournaments.
Yeah, I will mention that JSL, the amateur league, is gonna be starting season 2 fairly soon, so you should probably look forward to that.
Yeah. So if you're not Diamonds, if you're Plat, then you have JSL, because JSL is Bronze to Plat.
Diamond 2.
Yeah, and JSL are also going to be starting a separate league for Diamond players, up to Diamond 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that as well.
So there will
let's get in that, Light.
That's right.
Light is Diamond 1.
Good.
I can't get in
He's
that.
too good.
I'll get in that.
Yeah.
Wait.
We'll be cheering for you, Milk.
Yeah, you better win it, Milk. Bring us pride and glory.
I'll look into it and see if I'll actually do it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. JSL is a bigger commitment because it's like a proper league, so you have to play every week. Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I like the idea. I mean, I'm part of it now.
That's why you think it's pretty cool.
I mean, I wouldn't join it if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think that's it. I think that's all we have to talk about this week.
Yeah, for the most part, anyway. Do you remember how Yaku opened with we're gonna try to make it condensed?
Yeah, it's been like an hour and 30 minutes.
Do you wanna know what's the time of recording?
I don't
It
want to
hasn't
know.
been too long, right?
It's been over 2 hours.
Yes.
Has it?
Yes.
It's been over 2 hours.
How long has it been?
2 hours 5 minutes.
Yes, it's okay.
With some cuts.
My button knows how long it's been, okay?
We can cut like half an hour off. It's fine.
Close it out, Yaku.
All right. So, where can we find out? We don't need to ask. We'll put it in the description. Let's see ya.
No.
Oh my god.
Yaku, where can we find you? Where can people follow your
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1.
Where can you follow the drops?
Emperor Yakuzaku. Moving on, Milk.
You can find me at twitch.tv/light_VIP, twitter.com/light_VIP.
Great. Moving on.
You have really consistent branding there, Milk.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can you find you, Light?
You can follow me on Twitter at 16th Squad S. You can follow me on Twitch at 16 Squad Senseki. Yeah. And I try and stream my ladder sessions.
What level are you?
Gold, Zerg.
What tier?
Nah, that's enough about me. Okay. Where can people find you, Kuro?
Yeah. Watch my stream at Twitch TV Milk and Cookies SSS, and also follow me on Twitter at Milk and Cookies quadruple S. What the hell, Milk?
I tried. Some asshole has 3 S's, and I can't get that account. Okay, I tried. Unlucky.
Is it intentionally 3 S's, or was 1 and 2 taken?
1 and 2 were taken.
see, because when Milk and Cookies was taken, he just kept adding the S, and when Kuro was taken, I just made a new name. That's the difference.
So it works.
That's the difference.
I like it better with 3 S's, but 4 is just too much for me. And I'm like, on Twitter, I was like, motherfucker has 4.
Imagine if I just went Kuro. I would just like keep adding the O's. That would be so bad. Yeah.
So does that mean, Milk, do you prefer 3 S's to 1? Or
It doesn't.
Because I think it doesn't
like
matter?
for just like a name, 1 is fine, but like
Okay.
for like links and shit, 3 is. I don't mind 3. It's when it gets to 4, it's like that's getting a little too long.
No, 4 is too much. 4 is too much. 3 is fine. Yeah, do watch Milk's streams because Milk's streams are fun, especially when he's playing team games.
Yeah. He also streams. Sometimes he streams our NA ladder sessions. You can watch us. You can watch Milk play Dirty Mech. Dirty.
I don't always play
disgusting.
Dirty Mech.
Yeah, sometimes it's disgusting.
Always.
that feeling when the management of the team is Zerg.
And yeah, don't forget to sign up to SDO 19. SDO 19, right?
Yes.
Right. And
hopefully it will be at least half as fun as the 18. It was so good.
I mean, nothing will ever top it, but yeah.
I mean, don't say never.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel for the VOD.
Yes.
CranKy Ducklings on YouTube.
Also, for the most important part, really, join our Discord. Because if you're on our Discord, you will really know all the information you need. We post everything there, including really bad jokes. TM.
TM.
Cool.
Okay, thanks for watching, everyone.
Great jokes. Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.